Well, good morning, kids. Pastor Al here. Thanks for, spending a little time with me on what's probably a busy morning. I mean, when we're having fair and rodeo and a 3-day weekend and end of summer getting ready for school stuff, I know it's probably pretty busy for you and for your families. But before I get started, let me just remind you that this is still baseball season, and my Dodger dog back there wearing a Dodger hat reminds you that the Dodgers are doing great. They're in first place in the West, and you should be rooting for them. I'm going to show you a video today, and it's not really a dog video, but it is a dog video because dogs are the subject of the video. And I will bet that at least some of you will recognize some of the people in the video. Let me show it to you. Now, that was a really cool thing that some kids did for me a few years back. It was my birthday on Sunday. They decided to sing me a birthday song, and they learned this dog song to sing to me, and it was just super cool. And as I was searching through some files just a couple days ago, I came back across it. And I wouldn't say I forgot about it, but it's like a lot of things. You know, you see it, you enjoy it, and it gets in the back of your mind, and years go by, and you are really excited when you're reminded about it, and you remember, wow, how much I love that the first time I heard it. And I want to talk a little bit about reminders today, because reminders are important. I'm teaching this Sunday a little book to your parents from the Bible, a little letter from the Apostle John. We call it 2nd John. It's the second of the 3 letters we have of his. And honestly, it's a small little letter. It's near the end of the New Testament. I don't read it a lot. But I read it again, getting ready for the sermon, and I kind of remembered things in it that I'd forgotten. One of the things that I thought to myself is, I need to read this more. I need, because it's not like I entirely forget what's in there, but once it's been out of my mind for a while. In fact, one of the things John says in the letter, it says, need to love one another. It's the very first thing I taught you, and I want to remind you to do it. Keep doing it. So, very simple message for you today. I hope that you, throughout your entire life, are going to love God, let God love you, and continue to learn what God has for you. You'll never just learn something once, because what will happen is you'll learn it, and then it kind of gets stored in the back of your brain. And, well, let me tell you a story. When I was in the 4th grade, we all came back after summer, And our teacher gave us a math test to see what exactly we knew. And it was mostly addition and subtraction. And the addition was great, but you know what? Myself and frankly the entire class had forgot how to do subtraction. Now we had just learned subtraction in the school year before. We were doing subtraction back in May and June, just pretty easy. And we got to September and we realized we forgot how to do it. Why? Well, because we weren't doing subtraction over the summer. If you don't keep using things and relearning them, you forget them. That's why as you grow older, you're going to learn things that God has for us by reading His Word. And you're going to need to read it over and over and over again. And when you get to my age, you're going to still need to keep doing it. So, simple message today. Don't assume that because you learned something once, that you don't need to keep learning it again and again. You don't need to be reminded. You read a book of the Bible, and pretty soon you should read it again. Because our brains just forget. And we forget about the things that don't come up in our life. So, have a great weekend, kids. Go back to the fair and be reminded of how good cotton candy and elephant ears and funnel cake and curly fries are. And don't eat too many. Don't get a stomach ache. But have a great time. We'll see you next week. Bye.